As you can see from the framework, the first thing is life and career skills. For a 21st century classroom, these life and career skills are the aims and objectives: flexibility and adaptability, initiative and self-direction, social and cross-cultural interactions, productivity and accountability, and leadership and responsibility. 21st century employees must be flexible and adaptable, willing to change at any moment according to what is needed. They must organize and work under strict deadlines, being able to adapt to things as they see fit. A 21st century classroom offers opportunities for students to take initiative and be self-driven. When they're given projects that make them follow rubrics and work with others, they can't just rely on what the teacher tells them to do. They must think outside of the box and do what they see is needed. In our 21st century world, there's such an opportunity to connect with people across the world and cross social barriers in ways like never before. Students in this century must be able to work with people that are different than them. And the more they do this, the more they realize how much we're really the same. As mentioned before, when classrooms have a progressive constructivist setup, students are allowed to show how productive they are and are held accountable for their work. Projects are wonderful ways to have students meet goals and build accountability within themselves and with their peers around them, showing how productive they can be. Finally, it is now the school's role to teach students leadership and responsibility skills. Students throughout school learn what their strengths are and how they can build on their strengths to serve the common good of their peers in group works and to solve new problems. These skills tie to what we've been learning about to be good teaching: concept-based curriculum, curriculum and aims, and even understanding by design. Erickson and Lanning argue that concept-based classrooms must be relevant to students' lives. In these concept-based classrooms, students work in groups and teachers the facilitator that drives inquiry to make students' learning relevant and rigorous to everyday world. Walker and Solstice teach us so much about Dewey's progressive, constructivist, project-based learning approach to education, where students are doing hands-on work with peers to help them learn most about the world around them. Finally, the Understanding by Design guide helps us build real curriculums that are purposeful and transferable to everyday life. 21st century classrooms seek to do this daily as students are solving real-world problems with their peers that affect the world around them. The next section of our framework is the learning and innovation skills. There are things teachers can incorporate in their 21st century classrooms to help learners learn these innovation skills, like technology, collaboration, creative expression, inquiry-based classrooms, as well as justifying their answers to questions that occur. Other signs of a 21st century classroom are those that where students are engaging in writing for reflection, problem solving, hands-on learning activities, where the teacher is not the sole leader but a facilitator of the learning, and transparent assessments. All of these components describe a classroom where the students are the makers of their learning. They're constructing knowledge through hands-on engagement, where they are designers, makers, and constantly engaging with the world around them in projects and hands-on activities. Do these skills sound familiar? Many of these characteristics describe progressive classrooms, where students are engaging in collaboration and communication to best learn and problem solve outside of the box. Dewey would be proud of the 21st century classroom frameworks. So as you can see, a 21st century classroom is much more than just one that uses technology to enhance student learning. Look at the back of your handout sheet and use the rubric to rank your classroom and how it chalks up as a 21st century classroom in today's society. Where can you improve?
Created using Powtoon.